This is the homework for Math 8 SBAC Review, Thursday, EMC 9. For number 1, we need to find the volume of the cone. The formula for the volume of a cone is volume equals pi times radius squared multiplied by the height divided by 3. The way I remember this formula is by veggie pies are too hot, so I cut it into thirds. So again, veggie pies are too hot, so I cut it into thirds. So the radius of this cone is half of the diameter. So if the diameter is 6, the radius is going to be 3. So I substitute r with 3. So now I simplify this. 3 squared equals 9. Now we have 9 times 3, which equals 27. 27 divided by 3 equals 9. So the volume equals 9 pi. Now I'm going to take the approximation of pi, which is 3.14. 9 multiplied by 3.14 is approximately 28 and 26 hundredths. And I'm going to round 26 hundredths to the nearest tenth, which is 28 and 3/10 cubic feet. For number 2, we need to find the volume of the cylinder. Well, the formula for the volume of the cylinder is similar to the cone, but we're not dividing by 3. So veggie pies are too hot. R is the radius. Radius is given as 3. So now we have 3 squared. 3 squared equals 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Multiply 54 by 3.14, approximation of pi. Volume equals approximately 169 and 56 hundredths. We need to round to the nearest tenth, so we go to the tenths place. Go to the right. If that's 5 or higher, we round up. If it's 4 or less, we round down. So since this is 6, we're going to round up. So the volume is approximately 169 and 6/10 cubic meters. For number 3, we need to find the height of the cone. We're given the volume and the diameter. So again, volume of a cone, veggie pies are too hot, so I divide it into thirds. So the radius is going to be 3 because it's half of the diameter. Diameter is 6, so the radius is going to be 3. We're given the volume, so we're going to plug that in for V. Here's the volume, 94 and 2/10. Radius is 3. 3 squared equals 9. Now we need to eliminate the 3 in the denominator. So we're going to multiply this by 3. It creates the big 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So 3 multiplied by 94 and 2/10 equals 282 and 6/10. Now we want to divide both sides by 9. Created the big 1. 282 and 6/10 divided by 9 equals 31 and 4/10. Still don't have the height by itself, so now we're going to divide both sides by the approximation of pi, 3.14. This creates the big 1. 31 and 4/10 divided by 3.14 equals 10. So the height equals 10 inches. For number 4, we're going to find the volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere formula equals 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So the radius is 4, so we're going to have 4 cubed. So 4 cubed. 4 cubed is 4 times 4, which is 16. Multiplied by 4 is 64. Now we're going to multiply 4 multiplied by 64. And we get 256. 256 divided by 3 equals 85 and 3/10 repeating. I'm going to approximate pi as 3.14. And the volume equals approximately 267 and 94 hundredths. We need to round to the nearest tenth. So I go to the tenths place, go to the right. That is not 5 or higher, so I'm going to round down to 9/10. So the volume equals 267 and 9/10 cubic centimeters. For number 5, we're given the volume of the sphere, and we need to find the radius. So the volume equals 2,304 pi, so we substitute volume with 2,304 pi, and now we're going to solve for r. We're going to multiply each side by 3, because when we multiply the right side, it eliminates the denominator. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we created the big 1. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So 3 multiplied by 2,304 pi equals 6,912 pi. Still don't have r by itself. Now I'm going to divide this right side by 4 pi. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Pi divided by pi is 1. So this is a big 1. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. And on the left side, pi divided by pi equals 1. So those cancel out. 6,912 divided by 4 is 1,728. Now we have r cubed. So we need to get r by itself. Well, the inverse of cubing a number is taking the cube root. So the cube, if we take the cube root, these are inverse properties, they cancel out, but what you do to one side, you do to the other. And if you put in the calculator the cube root of 1,728 equals 12, because 12 multiplied by 12 is 144, multiplied by 12 is 1,728. So the radius equals 12 inches. For number 6, Costco sells an 18-inch diameter apple pizza for $9.95. Little Caesar sells a 7-inch radius pizza for $5. Which store has the better unit price per square inch? Well, first we need to determine how many square inches are in each of these pizzas. So remember, the area of a circle is pi r squared. The way I remember it is apple pies r squared. So I have the radius of the Costco pizza here, which the diameter is 18, so the radius is 9. For Little Caesars, the radius is 7, so I have 7 squared. 9 squared is 81, 7 squared is 49. Now I'm going to multiply them by the approximate value of pi, 3.14. And I get the area of the Costco pizza is approximately 254 and 3/4 inches squared. And the area of Little Caesars pizza is approximately 153 and 86 inches squared. So now we're going to find the unit rate, the cost divided by the size in square inches. So the cost of the Costco pizza is $9.95 divided by the total square inches, which will give us 4 cents per square inch. The cost of the Little Caesar pizza is $5 divided by the total square inches is 153 and 86 hundredths, which gives us 3 cents per square inch. So Little Caesars has a better unit price of 3 cents per square inch. Costco's costs 4 cents per square inch.